This formerly was the Black Knight. You know, that guy I've done a couple videos on. First few videos I did were actually praising him for some of the fanfics he wrote about me. And then the last one I did, well, the last couple, not so much, because he started to go into the kind of creepy territory. And now there's this. For those who are not completely aware of what has gone on, there was some drama on the Net Dwellers a while back. A lot of it was my fault. I'm owning up to it, and I am trying to clean it up. When Youngblood Fantasy made a video message to try to help, I took his advice, and so did the members on the site, and we're trying to be a better site because of it. This guy, the Black Knight, or now he's calling himself FanFic Critic, sucks because I'm not agreeing with him anymore, I suppose. He didn't really want to listen, and he was taking this all too personally. He was not letting it go. So he started to cause more drama on the site, bashing one of the members, calling Youngblood an outsider, making fun of Realm Wars by calling him a kid, although this guy's supposedly 23 and he's acting more like a child than any other children I've actually seen on YouTube. And by the way, Realm Wars is like 18, so he's an adult. Maybe you consider that a child because he's younger than you, but he's still an adult, so don't call him one. And if you've ever if you even bothered watching Realm Wars videos, you can tell by his voice that he's an adult. But okay, I'm getting off topic. He was causing drama on the site. I was trying to be nice to him on the site. Gave him several warnings to knock it off. He wouldn't listen, so I ended up having to ban him. On the day that I banned him, he wrote this fanfic, or posted this fanfic called Fanfic Critic Chronicles Susan's Punishment, which I did a dramatic reading on. The link is below. The fanfic is no longer on the site, but my dramatic reading of it still exists. A lot of people, including myself, really figured that he must have posted this fanfic as a revenge thing for me banning him. He made a second chapter to the story as a message to us saying that it wasn't... Okay, I would actually show you what he wrote, but because he deleted all of his stories and changed his profile to Fanfic Critic Sucks, it's going to be hard for me to do that, so I'm just going to go off of memory of what his message was. The first part of the message was saying that the fanfic was not a revenge fic, that he had written it long before the drama on the Net Dwellers. A lot of us find that hard to believe because he posted the fanfic on the day I banned him. He then wrote this second message about saying that Realm Wars was a coward for using an anonymous profile to call him out on. Which, that's just stupid. You know, not everyone has a fanfiction.net account. And he said what his name was. It wasn't like he gave himself some dumb name where you wouldn't know who he was. It was quite clear that he wanted you to know it was him. So because you couldn't reply to him, he's supposedly a coward? That doesn't make any sense. He then posted in the message that the fanfic Critic and Susan are fictional characters, so he can write about them as he wishes. That is true. However, you wrote them completely out of character. The fanfic critic would never spank Susan. Especially 150, or what was it, 125 times? Whatever it was, there was a ridiculous amount with a hairbrush on... Yeah. They would not do that. In the episode, the fanfic critic slapped Susan across the face. I think that got the point across to Susan. Slapping her 125 times with a fucking hairbrush is a little much. And how they were just completely out of character. Susan would not allow the fanfic critic to spank her. She'd be like, yeah, no, bug off. and the critic wouldn't be able to do that anyway because, you know, she feels bad about killing Susan. Why? I think she would feel even worse if she spanked her like that. I don't know. That's just how I think. And the sad thing is, the Black Knight had written some pretty decent stories about my characters before. Now well, I can't really talk much about them now because they're all gone, but they seem to steadily get more and more creepy. But I digress. You can write fanfics about the Fanfic Critic and Susan if you wish. But if you write them completely out of character, people are not going to like them. Especially if you're trying to promote that domestic abuse is friendship. That's stupid. And then the final little thing he wrote, saying that he was ashamed of me because he thought I was being a coward for being bullied by the honest reviewer in Realms Wars. You know, they weren't exactly nice when it came to how they spoke to me, but they were trying to help. And how was me listening to them being a coward? You know, I would think the opposite. I would think me refusing to listen to them would be cowardly. Yeah, they were harsh, but they were trying to help. And you know, they're trying to help you too. You know, we're all trying to help you. When we all posted reviews on your stories, we were trying to help you. And how do you reply to that? By taking down all your stories, which was probably a good thing, changing your name to Fanfic Critic Sucks, and then promoting a loser like Arthur J. Fudge as someone who's great. I mean, really, kid. And I'm going to call you a kid because even though you're 23, you sure aren't acting 23. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me at all if you're really like 13 and you're lying about your age. Get off the internet. Just get off the internet. Take a break from it. And once when you've had some time to think, then you can come back on. But if you keep on doing stuff like this, you're just going to make things worse. You're going into Hamo Hamster territory here. You really are. So please, stop now before things get worse. And by looking at this profile, and I'm going to provide the link to the profile, it's probably going to get worse. You may say I'm being mean for providing this link here, but you know, frankly, I think you need to be taught a lesson. It may be a harsh lesson, but hopefully you will learn from it. And to other people, do not do what this guy has done. Just don't. It's the internet. It's just the damn internet. You have lives. Go live your lives. Don't do what this guy does. You know, I'm not going to be on the internet forever. I'm not going to make it my living to be on the internet. I have my own job. I have my own family. It's not my priority. I just do it for fun. So don't let the internet morph you into this. Trust me, it's not worth it. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully this will be the last video I'll have to do on this guy.